And welcome to The Watchman from TBN's Jerusalem studio. Well, our team here at Christians United for Israel realizes the great debt we owe to Israel and the Jewish people as Gentile followers of Jesus. We realize that, as the Apostle Paul writes in the book of Romans, we are wild branches grafted into the natural branches, Israel and the Jewish people. We realize that the Jewish people gave us Jesus, the Messiah, the disciples, Peter, Paul, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, the matriarchs, the patriarchs, the prophets, the great kings like David and Solomon, all came from this land. What a debt we owe, and that's why we thought it would be fascinating today to take you north of where I am right now in Jerusalem to the Galilee region where Jesus began his ministry. We're going to take you deep into the roots of your faith as Gentile believers and show you the roots of the first Jewish believers in that Galilee region where Jesus worked and walked. Our guide today is a great historian named Eldad Kainan. And folks, I think he spends more time underground in the tombs of the Galilee than he does above ground. But guess what? He's made some groundbreaking, amazing discoveries that show the lives of the earliest believers in the Galilee region from the time of Jesus. So come with us today underground in the tombs of the Galilee for an amazing journey into the roots of your faith. Well, Eldad, I think we're standing in one of the most fascinating and largely unexplored sites in all of Israel. Tell us where we are right now.
When I see a Jewish tomb, I know it. This is a Jewish tomb. But when I see, and I can tell a Christian tomb. But when you see a tomb which is by the structure is Jewish, but the symbols are not Jewish, you start asking questions. I believe that here in the back slope of the synagogue of Meron, some Christian Jews lived at least until 353 CE, when a very great earthquake destroyed the entire area. And the place was abandoned. We are lucky that it was abandoned because there was, from this time, from the earthquake until today, there was almost no one to destroy what we have to see here. The base of Christianity in Israel was Christian Judaism. These were the first so-called Christians in the area. I'm not sure that Jesus ever arrived at this point, but some of his people, maybe a generation later or 2 generations later, came here and lived here and left traces.
Well, Eldad, this is fascinating. Can we take a look inside the tomb?
Why not? Be my guest. You see this fish?
Yes.
It's quite a large fish.
Mm-hmm. It is. Larger than I thought it would be.
Yeah. You can see the gill here. This is the head. You can see the gill?
Yes.
You can see a fin here. It's broken now. Sorry. I have a better picture. Another one here. This is the tail. By the way, it has scales. Get a closer look.
It does. It is, Eldad, I have to say, when you said, oh, there's a fish, I thought maybe a little carving of a fish. This is big.
Yeah, it's a whale.
It's a fish. Yeah. It's a fish. It is a fish.
And the tomb, as you can see, the tomb itself is Jewish.
Yes.
Because it has room for bodies, complete bodies, and it has space for bones collecting.
Which is interesting. You were just explaining to me that Jews would collect the bones after death.
Yeah. It's in the Mishnah, it's in the Talmud. Mm-hmm. It's very well-known ancient Jewish practice. Mm-hmm. When Jews had tombs, they collected the bones a year after the death. By the way, having a tomb means you are rich enough to have a plot of land and have money to pay the workers to build the tomb, to hew the tomb. But anyway, if you disregard this fish, this is a Jewish tomb, no doubt.
Yeah.
But then we have this here, the Jonah fish.
Mm-hmm. And that's a game changer.
A different game.
Yeah.
And this is only about 200 meters from the synagogue. By the way,
the famous synagogue, which has been excavated.
Yeah.
As you said.
Yeah. Well, one scholar said maybe the owner was a fisher. Say, why not? But we have some tiny problem. The Sea of the Galilee is more than 1 day walk from here.
In Jesus' time.
Yeah, of course. And the Mediterranean is more than 2 days walk from here. So a fisher so far from any waters, it makes no sense. And another one said, you know, maybe, well, this is a Christian fish, okay, ancient Christian fish. But you know, maybe the Jews left and Christian took over, or the Jews converted. Said, if you're talking about a Christian community, we have a synagogue up there which is not Christian. We don't have any, not even a slightest sign or remain of a church around. So no Christian, someone lived here long enough to have this tomb and do this, but no church. So guys, no fisher, no Christians, but a synagogue and a Christian fish in a Jewish tomb. How can we explain it?
Well, Eldad, we're in the remains of another Jewish tomb, and we have another fascinating find here. Tell us what we're seeing.
Okay, first, we have this bone space here, which makes it a Jewish tomb. What you can't see when you're outside, but when you put the flashlight here, you can see a sort of line that goes all the way up around the door, around the opening, but it's not just a line. If you look closer, you see that the line here and another line here.
That's a fish.
It's a fish. You see the remains of the other line here.
That's right.
Another fish. And the remains of another line here, which makes it another fish. We have a fish chain. It goes all around the opening. I'm not sure that we have the same chain here, but on the other side of the opening, we have just the same structure, the same form. It's another fish chain. And again, Jews were not allowed to apply figural art. It's a Jewish tomb, but slightly different.
Slightly different in that this was likely the tomb of a Jewish follower of Jesus.
Yes, I guess so. In rabbinic literature, the rabbis named the Christian Jews minim. Minim is the plural for min, and min in Hebrew and Aramaic means sort of, kind of, species. The rabbis meant to designate that the Christian Jews are, yes, sort of Jews.
A sect of Judaism.
Yes, this is the modern definition.
Yeah.
But sort of, they were not Jews, but sort of Jews. And by the way, Saint Epiphanius, the church father, when he describes Christian Jews, he concludes that in fact they are Jews.
Very interesting. Well,
Yeah.
Eldad, this has been a fascinating look inside the remains of these Jewish tombs. Where are we going next?
Now we're going to see one of the most magnificent tombs in Israel. I guess it's the most preserved tomb in Israel, which is a complete Jewish tomb.
Folks, this is the kind of amazing material you're only going to see right here on the Watchman Show on TBN each week. That's why it's so important that you join our team, our movement here at Christians United for Israel. You see the number on your screen and you see the URL. That's cufi.org, cufi.org. Visit us and join us as we stand for Israel, for America, and for all that is good and true for such a time as this. And stick with us after the break. We're staying in the tombs of the Galilee to bring you the roots of your faith. It's the Watchman, it's Kufi, only right here on TBN. Stick around.